At the end of every video, I end up talking about how optimistic I am for the future of the video game industry. I think games go far beyond just entertainment. They're pieces of art that are inspiring and unifying. Storytelling, regardless of the medium, is such a pivotal part of society and part of being human. Art can define generations and force critical thinking. I genuinely believe that video games have the power to improve society and change lives. It's easy to create nostalgic connections with a game, and that motivates you to do what you do. For me, my love for video games started with Super Mario Galaxy. Let's journey back to when I was 5. My family was moving to Brazil. As a kid, I didn't really process this as a weird thing. My life didn't really change all that much, but what you have to understand is that Nintendo in Brazil was huge at the time. My video game knowledge was limited to online math games and, I don't know, Leapfrog. But when I heard Nintendo made real games, big games, games where you could explore space, my mind was blown. I wanted it. Well, Christmas that year I got a Wii with Super Mario Galaxy. When I opened the game for the first time, it was just magic. It swept me away. That first piece of music is big, epic, and wonderful. The game opens with this cinematic set piece that introduces the game phenomenally and shows just how vast that space world is. The entire section is adventurous and ambitious. For a kid who didn't know what a video game was or what they were capable of, this left me in awe. Considering how new I was to games, it took me weeks to beat even that first opening level. I would always die or run out of time in my personal life, but the adventure and the wonderful presentation kept drawing me in. Every spare minute of my life, I was trying to get further and experience the game again, and I never got sick of this. The game never got old. Super Mario Galaxy was always there, waiting to get conquered. I didn't even get 15 minutes through the game, but I had played for hours and talked about it constantly. It became a very central part of my life. My friends and my brother also started getting into Nintendo and Super Mario Galaxy. We all got a little bit stuck in this opening area and we'd always talk about it. Eventually, my brother beat it and got to go on to the rest of the game. Among my friends, and I don't think my brother knows this, it became word of legend. I would brag that my brother had gotten through it, and we'd all admire that. We'd all hope that we would get through it as well soon enough. Well, for the next little bit of time, my friends started to make it through, and they would always talk about how amazing the rest of the game was. And I was a straggler. I was one of the last ones to make it through. But this started our sort of friendly competition. We'd always brag about the different stars we were able to get, then turn around and help each other with other stars we were struggling with. Super Mario Galaxy was a part of every conversation. Every location was so unique and so memorable that it captivated our minds, and we'd always get excited about the game from what we had heard other people had done and what we had just done. Somebody would be like, "Have you unlocked the Candy Galaxy?" And our minds would be blown, and we would hunt for the Candy Galaxy because we were so excited about it. We didn't know much about game design, but the levels always lived up to our expectations, and we would replay them over and over again. Many days, especially after school, we would go over to somebody's house and we'd play a round of Mario Kart or see where they were in Super Mario Galaxy. Our understanding of the game reached expert level, and we would know exactly what galaxy somebody was talking about, or we'd all react to the missing Luigi letters because we knew exactly where he was, and we got so excited over that. Super Mario Galaxy forged a massive bonding experience with my friends, but it also helped me better understand the world as a whole. As a kid, our understanding of the functions of the world is naturally limited. Having something so memorable and so high quality helped me understand emotions I hadn't yet felt. I learned how to engage as a friend and how impactful relationships were in my life. It was a simple understanding, sure, but a lot of my development as a person has been rooted from my experience playing Super Mario Galaxy. Eventually, my group of friends, who were mostly other American students, had to move back to America. We knew that when somebody left, it may be a long time before we saw them again, if we ever did. As people left, it felt like the end of an era. Our friendships had grown so strong that it was hard to imagine life without each other. I was again a straggler. I was among the last to leave, and those last few months alone in Brazil were devastating. It had been one of the best experiences of my life, but I was suddenly left alone with no one to talk to about these experiences, nobody to hang out with. As a kid, it's hard to fully understand loneliness, so I just kind of felt sick and didn't exactly know what to do with that. I had stopped playing Galaxy for a while because I felt no more motivation to play, as it had been such an essential part of my friendships that it felt weird not having anyone to talk to about it. But soon enough I realized I was going the wrong way about this. I started playing Galaxy again, and it was just an explosion of memories bursting in my face. I had some great memories rooted to every single level, and playing through them was bittersweet and heartwarming. I missed my friends, but I had such a vivid recollection of all the memories and moments we had spent together. I realized just how meaningful my friendships had been to that point. Moving forward, Super Mario Galaxy remained a pivotal part of my life. It felt like so much more than just a game. It was an experience that brought my friends together. It held such a special place in our hearts, and it still does. That will never change. Not only did Galaxy teach me how to be a better friend, it also taught me generally how impactful video games can be. Video games often get looked down at by others as some inferior or fake art. I think people generally think of games as something primarily competitive, with players who will play for unhealthy hours on end. But this isn't reality. Video games are a group of children engaging with each other and bonding over experience. I think games have a substantial value and importance in the world, and if we embrace this, we can use video games for good. And that leads to now. Video games have had such an impact on my life, and I feel motivated to pour back into that. I've started studying game design because I feel hopeful that I can make a piece of media that inspires people and brings people together. The idea of making something that people can bond over and make lifelong friendships over makes me excited. It motivates me to come up with new ideas and create new things. I look forward to a future where I can put something out that's as magical as the games I played as a kid. My entire life has changed because I played Super Mario Galaxy.